Hey, it's Lake. Welcome back to my channel where we discuss all natural care for dry, sensitive skin. I love exfoliating and I usually encourage everyone to exfoliate at least twice a week to get nice, smooth skin. Now, when I exfoliate, I make my own DIY exfoliators and I usually put them in a container like this. Now, the problem with this is you're most likely exfoliating in the shower, so you're gonna take your wet hands, put it in the jar to get your exfoliator, and then scrub it all over your body. Now, water is going to end up into your product. Now, since your product is all natural, the water can cause it to get contaminated, which could cause it to go rancid or even cause mold to go in the product. And we don't want that. So in today's DIY, I'm going to show you how to combat that by making these exfoliating body bar scrubs. For the base of these bars, you would need a half a cup of cocoa butter, 2 tablespoons of beeswax pellets, and a fourth a cup of some avocado oil. Now, of course, you can substitute all of these ingredients to fit your preference. With the beeswax, you can either use vegan wax or almond wax, or you could just opt out of using beeswax in general, like you don't have to use that. I use avocado oil because it's one of the best for dry skin, but you can use coconut oil, sweet almond oil, olive oil, any carrier oil that you would like to use for your skin. On a low heat, you want to melt the ingredients down using the double boiler method, but I would recommend to melt the cocoa butter and the beeswax separately because I thought that the beeswax would melt at the same consistency as the cocoa butter melted down, but it didn't. So I had to remove the beeswax from the mixture and melt it on its own, and then I went ahead and added it back to the cocoa butter mixture, and I put them back on the stove to heat just for another like 30 seconds so that it could just be well incorporated with everything. But I would definitely recommend to just melt them separately and then add the carrier oil after. And then you're going to refrigerate it for about 15 minutes. You want it to get to the consistency of melted chocolate. I made the mistake of having mine in the refrigerator for about 25 minutes instead of 15, so it got a little bit too hot, but not too hard to fix. I just stirred it up together and then it went right back to a nice smooth texture. I always put vitamin E in all of my DIYs, so I proceeded to put 2 capsules into this mixture. Then we're going to go ahead and put the exfoliants in there. I use some colloidal oatmeal, but of course you can use anything you like, such as Epsom salt, some coffee grounds. It's up to you. Then I also chose jasmine and lavender essential oil. After seeing how everything looked well, it was all incorporated with the exfoliant, I felt like it wasn't exfoliating enough. So I went and added some coffee grounds because I love exfoliating with coffee. I like to feel it on my body while I exfoliate. It really feels like it's removing the dead skin cells off of my skin. So I added some coffee grounds and then I got my silicone mold to fill it up. Right here, I'm just maneuvering the mixture to make sure that they're all even throughout in the molds, so that not some are, higher than others or things like that. I also got creative and thought it would be nice to decorate the bars with some crushed rose petals. So I crushed them up with a knife. I'm sure you could have blended it, but I like to do things the long way. Sprinkle them lightly on top of the mixture, and then you're going to want to refrigerate for 24 hours before you use them. This is how beautiful they came out. Just look at these bars. They are so cute. They smell great. They really smell more chocolatey than anything, and of course that is because of the cocoa butter. Now I'm just gonna put them into a nice little container. The silicone molds make these so easy to pop out. Now just listen to my testimony about these bars. So because I'm pregnant, I got that like rash on my breast. That's usually common in pregnant ladies, you know, because your breasts are growing, they're itching and stuff like that. So I use these bars. I exfoliate twice a week, and it did clear up my breast. Like the rash is basically gone now. Like my boobs are getting right back together. So I would highly recommend you guys to make these body scrub bars. They are amazing. However, the rose petals were a bit harsh on the skin. I'm not sure if it's like I didn't chop it up finely enough, but they were a bit harsh. So I would be cautious if you want to add the rose petals. Because my moles are much smaller, it takes me about 3 of the body scrub bars to exfoliate my entire body, including the belly. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Let me know if you're gonna try this recipe so that you can lessen contamination in your exfoliators. Have a beautiful, prosperous, and successful day.